Hello and welcome to The Scene. I'm Creven Morrison. We have an exciting show coming up for you tonight, including music from singer-songwriter Circa. YouTubers Calvin and Henry will be here to talk us through the video game Skylanders. But first, I'm joined on the couch by Soccer Skills First Academy coaches Billy Bates, Mirko Paffy and Liam Byrne. Before we speak to the lads, however, let's have a little look at some of the work they do. Lads, you're very welcome to The Scene. From the video there, it looks as though you, to actually take part in the academy, it takes a lot of physical endurance. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Okay. It doesn't really take that much physical endurance. The age group that comes to us between 9 and 12, they have a natural fitness about them.
Okay.
So we're pretty okay that way. Their strength and conditioning does build up as the exercises go on.
Okay, your coach is in Jobstown already, in the clubs, and so can you tell me a bit about how the clubs and the academy are different?
Okay, myself and Mirko are coaches with Jobstown Celtic, and we coach a team, whereas with the Soccer Skills what we do is we take individuals, any individual by the way, not just one or two, any individual that wants to come along, and we hone their skills and we sharpen them up. You know, which is not a team thing, it's an individual thing. So that's where the Soccer Skills comes in.
Yeah, backstage you were saying that it's actually free, you don't charge people to take part. So this is a sort of passion project for you.
It is, yeah. Well, all it costs us is our time. So we're fortunate enough to have the time to do it. Some people do football in their spare time, we actually make time to do football. So yeah, that's about it.
Growing up, you said that it was very different how the skills that people or children had growing up in your time are very different to the skills that they have now. Can you tell me a bit about how the differences are?
Okay, well basically the way it works out, when we grew up on the streets, be it in Pisa or Dublin or Ballybowden, we played games, and we played games mostly in school, you know, and they were competitive, but they had a lot more actions to them, you know, than what the kids aren't allowed to play games in schools anymore. So, like, the street games that we played made us physically more capable for the modern game of soccer. Then the kids now are sort of being retarded in that progress. By being muted in the things they do, games they play and things like that, you know?
Certainly nowadays we spend a lot more time inside. Yeah, okay. So with the playing football, how many years have you actually been playing football and in coaching and all that?
I'm only going to admit being over 30 years in coaching, okay? So I'm not going to pinpoint many years. But yeah, over 30 years coaching, like, you know.
And how have you all met?
We met on the pitch, on the grass, like a football team. But I think it's more important what it makes us together is the same idea that at the end we have, the same passion, the same philosophy, that we were talking about before.
Of course, yeah.
You know, that is a kind of little bit different from the professional one.
Yeah, you're from Italy yourself,
Yes.
and so how does the football culture differ between Ireland and Italy?
Okay, soccer in Italy, football in Italy is the first game,
Yeah.
and that is the king of the game. But to me, it's also the easiest one, because you need only a ball. You know, you can play everywhere. We used to play in class, just move the table, the chair. So it's the simple, it's the poor game. Like you need only a ball. That's it. So in Italy, it's strong for that. It's the number one. So, but over here, it's not the bad. Also, if it's not the first one, it's maybe the third game of the nation. So
Yeah, that's true. We're much more of a rugby nation. Were you watching the Six Nations at all?
Oh yeah.
no, I'm not watching competition where Italy always lose.
Yeah, fair. Okay, so what age groups does your academy take in?
We go from 9 to 12.
Okay.
Basically, the 9-year-olds, we let them get from, we let them come out the under 8s before they come in, because it is quite difficult for them for the first few weeks, and we don't want to scare them away at like 8 years of age and not come back again. Do you have a little more understanding that practice, as we say, practice makes permanent? So the more they practice, the more it becomes part of their routine. Right, you know? So we wait till they're 9 years of age, and we work them up till 12, and that's a good 3 years doing speed, agility, quickness, and you know, core training and stuff like that, and that sets them off. So we just give them a running start, away you go.
Yeah, again, you were saying backstage that it's not only soccer players or football players who would actually gain from taking part in the
Yeah,
academy.
well, most coaches out there know this as well, that speed, agility, quickness, all that sort of training and exercise is the foundation for any game you want to play. So if you were to do the exercises and then get a basketball into your hand, you'd be okay, or a rugby ball or whatever, Gaelic ball, you know. So it's not just, we introduce the soccer ball in the end. So we do the skills with the soccer ball. But it's about being able to get there a half second quicker than the other guy. It's that reaction time. It's the reaction. Players play action all the time. It's the reaction is what we work on. Yeah. So twist, turns, getting there just that little bit quicker.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So
Cool.
that's in every game.
Yeah. This is the first academy, and so when you were naming it the first academy, do you already have plans to expand?
What we actually named was Soccer Skills First.
Academy.
So we focus on the soccer skills first.
Fair.
Right?
My mistake.
Yeah. Now there's no soccer skills second, because then it's putting it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's not quite what you want to be telling the young people.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Would you ever want to expand though? Like if have other coaches or parents even come to you and said, "Hey, I want to set this academy up."
Actually, there is more than the three of us here.
Okay, yeah.
You know, there's just the three of us here today. Other people had work commitments and things like that.
Okay.
But now we have young Jack is with us, and we have Paul as well.
Yeah.
Now we've got more coaches.
Cool.
Because as they come along and they see the benefits of it.
Okay, cool. I'll have that cut you off there. Well, thank you very much for talking to us. And on next we'll have Calvin and Mick speaking, and so thank you. Hello and welcome back to The Scene. I'm now joined by Calvin and Henry, not me, sorry about that. Hey, how are you today?
We're good. We're gonna play Skylanders. Imaginators.
Okay, cool. Do you play Skylanders all the time, or are there any other games that you're...
Well, sometimes we play Minecraft and FIFA, but it would mostly be Skylanders that
Okay,
we play.
cool. Well then, can you show me like what all this is about? Like, what are these guys?
So this crystal is the Earth crystal, and when you first get the crystals, some of them come in the box, and some of them you have to get separate. And when you first get the crystals, when you first place them down, you get to like make them out of armor and body bits. That's like the Earth crystal, and then Henry's going to show you the light crystal.
Okay.
I made this crystal, and his name is Henry Poe. And you can do like quick shots, and so quick shot is like a one with guns, and this is one that I made with guns.
Would you be able to show us on the screen, or is it not set up?
Yeah, we just need to get into the game there.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll place them all on, and you can see this one and this one.
Okay,
And
cool.
then we'll tell you all about the others.
So, okay, you want to set it up first?
Yes.
Well, can you tell us a bit? How about one of you sets this up while?
So.
Okay, Calvin, can you just set it up so you can show us?
Yeah.
And
And by the
Henry.
way, this is Earth Bazooka,
Yes.
and his name is
Okay.
Calvin Army.
Okay, so Henry, while we're waiting on that being set up, can you tell me a bit about what these big characters are?
These are senseis.
Okay.
This is Golden Queen. She is the Earth element, and she's the queen of the Earth element.
Okay, cool.
And
So what are the differences between all the elements?
because they're like air element, undead element, king. There is the water element.
And what's his name? He looks like a very interesting character.
He's Kingpin.
King what?
Kingpin.
Pen. Perfect. Does he have any special powers himself?
Yeah, he's the brawler class, and he can do like this special move.
Yeah, that's really cool. Would you be able to set that up when Calvin
Yeah.
is done? Oh, Spyro. Okay, what are these then? What are these?
This is the tree. I don't know much about it, but Henry does, so he can tell you about it. The enchanted Evelyn
Calvin,
forest
do you want
tree,
to try? Get through that.
and it's really cool because you can go inside of it in Skylanders, and it's quite a cool thing.
Okay, cool. Can you show us there now what everything looks like?
So I'll just use my Earth Bazooka. His name's Calvin Army. Okay.
It's okay.
Actually, no, let's play a one. Sorry, that
okay.
was player one, so.
There one, cool.
Yeah, I just need to join there.
Henry Poe.
Yeah.
So you made this character?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, will it just be Henry playing, or Calvin, will you
Well,
also join
yeah.
us?
Yeah,
Cool.
will also join us.
Okay, cool. And what kind of game will we play in Skylanders?
There are all sorts, and we could go into different islands,
Okay, cool.
and we're just gonna start off here.
Okay,
So
okay. So in this, how many worlds are there, and how are they
Like,
different?
there are loads. There's all like this mushroom land.
Okay,
There's
cool.
a tornado, like fish land, all like crazy
Okay.
fishes and all. Crazy lands.
Wow. You're saying backstage you actually play this game on YouTube. You make YouTube videos.
Well, we haven't made one of this just yet.
Oh, okay,
I've
yeah.
played Roblox and I've done vlogs and I've done a few Minecraft and
Oh,
he's
okay.
done like Slither.
Is this the kind of stuff that you do online?
Yeah. Well, you can't play Skylanders online.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Are you going to fight a boss now, or is there a racing game?
Well, we can go back and we can go on to boss if you want to see us fight a boss, maybe.
Oh no. Okay. Well, this is a really cool game. I might actually go out and buy it afterwards. I'm really enjoying this. So this has been Calvin and Henry, and they have their YouTube channels. Do you want to actually tell us a bit, or tell us what your YouTube channels are?
Well, my YouTube channel is named Calvin Giverno.
Okay.
I just use my simple name because I can't think of a name.
Okay, fair enough. How about yourself, Henry?
I have a YouTube channel called Little
Yes.
Henry Slither.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll be subscribing to all of you. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Next up, we have Circa playing music.
Can I really get any?
Hello and welcome back again to The Scene. I am now delighted to welcome to the show singer-songwriter Circa. Hi, how are you?
How are you doing? You alright?
Yeah, great. You're going to be playing music with us here tonight.
I am,
so
yeah.
When did you actually first start playing music?
I started learning the guitar when I was 12 and started then composing my own songs around the same age.
Oh, okay.
And then started sort of, writing, and some were bad, some were good. And then basically at 15 I started performing live to a live audience. So
Well, what was your first performance like?
it was a bit rusty. I forgot the words of the set was about 3 hours, so I did a few covers and a few of my own.
Yeah.
But it actually went pretty well. Thing is, when you're writing your own stuff and you forget, you can sort of get away with it.
Yeah.
Covers, not so much.
Yeah.
But no, it went well. Yeah.
Cool. Have you always been playing solo, or have you had a band every now and then?
I have. I've had a few bands. One notably, we lasted for about 3 years, and they were called Rebecca Met Sarah. And so we gigged around London quite a bit. She's a singer-songwriter as well, so we both composed, and I played the guitar. And then I work a lot with musicians, different types of musicians, so I'm never really on your own, even though you're playing solo. So it's nice. It's nice to have a balance of the two.
Cool. You actually have an EP coming out. You're working on that at the moment.
I do, yeah. Next Monday is the last day, which I'm looking forward to because it's been months and my voice is shot now. I don't even want to hear these songs, but no, I'm working with a really cool team, Darklands Audio Studio in Dublin, and so we're basically finishing that up next Monday. It'll be out in about a month's time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, the song that you're playing for us, Wait.
Waiting. That's
Oh, what's
it.
that about?
It's sort of, the words are quite self-explanatory. It's a bit of a love song. You know, I wrote it after a breakup, and we sort of
Okay,
we're
cool.
getting
Well,
back together.
I really look forward to hearing the song now.
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks.
Just set up the mic and
All right.
fire away. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Come a little closer. I feel my body move. My heart is beating faster. Waiting for you. Just watching you dance, babe. Gets me in the mood. This fever inside me can only heal from you. You take me away into the stars is where I'll stay. You take me away into the stars is where I'll stay. Waiting for you, waiting for you, waiting for you, waiting for you. The touch of your skin sends me flying. That look in your eyes keeps me from dying.